Hey everybody, this is Townsend. Thank you so much for tuning in. The goal of this podcast is to cover a vast variety of topics regarding mental health, struggles, share people's stories, and hopefully remind you that you're not alone. I hope you enjoy. My name is Townsend. Everybody that's logged on, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Matt and Grace, which if you follow them, they're also known as the Golden Road. I've been watching them literally since like the first month or two that they started their journey. And basically they've traveled across the country. They've done all these amazing things. And I was looking back, I had them the first time in December of 2021. So it's almost been
Yeah, it has been. It's crazy. It's been about exactly, well, it's been 2 years now since we left on the walk. Today would have been our second day, which is crazy.
Wow.
It has gone by so fast.
That blows my mind.
No.
So yeah, I had to have you guys on. So we joked about it last time that we would have a part 2, and I was dead serious.
Yeah,
We're happy to be here.
We loved talking with you last time. We were really excited, and we're sorry we had to postpone. We went on the trail, but we're here now.
Oh, and I love it. It gives me even more to watch and to chat about. So again, if you don't follow these guys, they're super adventurous. Matt and Grace, just to kind of catch you up, they were friends, they're dating. They just recently got married, which we will chat we will chat in a minute. But okay, so for those who don't know, who is the Golden Road? How the heck did you get your name? Like, how did this name come together, this project almost?
Hey there. Thank you so much for tuning in to You're Not Alone with Townsend. If you're enjoying these live streams and podcasts and want to see them continue, head over to patreon.com/townsendtmusic. Your support means that the research and time and effort that goes into each one of these episodes can continue, and we can reach out to more guests and do more awesome things in 2022. All right, back to the conversation.
So we met at a wedding. We met at our best friend's wedding. And then as soon as the wedding was over, I drove home. I broke up with my girlfriend. I convinced Grace to let me move to Iowa to profess
Not move to Iowa.
Oh, sorry. Fly to Iowa to profess my love to her. And literally that day we were there, we're like, hey, we have something special. We were thinking about what we could make as kind of our brand, social media wise.
And we were thinking about the fact it was about to be my golden birthday. We were about to move. He convinced me to move to California, so we were moving to the Golden State. We felt like we had this kind of, it's cheesy, but like golden feeling together. And so that was kind of what started. We wanted to go down this Golden Road path together.
And then we originally were going to do just the Golden Road. That was taken.
Just one G.
So there's 2 G's. It kind of works for Grace's initials now that we're married. Grace Grooms, the Grooms Golden Road.
It worked out.
But yeah, we kind of add an additional G in there. 2 is better than 1.
Yep.
Yeah, everything I tagged y'all in, I just put 1 G because I was like, people are going to be like, you're spelling it wrong every time.
Yeah.
But in there, and I've actually heard you guys explain that before. Y'all's story, literally, you could write a book.
We'd like to actually one day.
Good. You would make such a good book. Or like My Best Friend's Wedding. You should do a take off of that movie.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It'd be The Wild versus My Best Friend's Wedding and like mix the two. I would 100% sit front row and watch that movie.
All right, thank you. You're gonna have to send us the outline. It seems like you got it down.
Let's do it. I can write it from watching our story. When you make the movie, I'll make music for you. How about that?
All right, deal.
I love it. Okay, so when you guys were first on, we talked about that was December of 2021. You were walking across the America, so pretty much coast to coast. How did that turn out? So I talked to y'all, like I said, in December. How much longer did y'all have left on your trip?
We finished in May, so we still had...
I think you were about halfway mark when we were talking with you. And then
we finished.
So yeah, after that we had to walk through the rest of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and we made it to Myrtle Beach on May 2nd.
I think May 2nd, yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome. We raised almost $100,000 for Time in a Bottle, which was insane. We got to make so many more friends on social media, which was really awesome, and it was just. It's one of those things, like, even it's been 2 years since we left, I still can't really wrap my head around it at all. It's just, I don't know.
It still doesn't feel like we did it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that's when I was 2 years ago.
I
So it
know.
was 5. You guys continued to walk. I can't believe you raised over $100,000. That's amazing.
Yeah, almost 100,000.
Almost close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still, same thing. Man,
Yeah.
cool. So it all went to that like fundraiser, I guess you'd say, which you said was like your mom's cleaning service.
Yes. And so they are actually, there's still secret stuff going on, but they are in the works of expanding things. And so I think they had to kind of, pause a little bit with COVID and everything going on. It was kind of hard to get into and get things going. But it sounds like after our last visit we just had in Iowa, things are about to start rolling a little more, which makes us excited to hear about.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So just to kind of catch up, can you explain that fundraiser for people so you can still donate at any time? It's super cool. And contact the Golden Road, but I love this mission. So would you explain what it is?
Yeah. So Time in a Bottle is a nonprofit that cleans homes for children battling life-threatening illnesses for free. So the families get 5 free cleans, and they can choose whether to have them after radiation or, just when they want them throughout that treatment. And they use all organic, chemical-free products, and just my brother had cancer, and he's okay now, but so my mom really was able to understand, things that time is so important. You don't know how much time you're going to have. And just that cleaning the house and stuff is something that you don't really think about, but also it's the top of your mind because their immune systems are weakened. And so that's why she started that nonprofit.
Man, I love that so much. Like, that is so cool. Because when anybody's sick, I've had several friends, as terrible as it is, I'm only in my 30s, but go through cancer. And you think, well, you can cook a meal, have them Postmate a meal, but that's all you can think of. So that for your mom, that is awesome.
Yeah, it's really great. And for those who would like to donate, if you go to timeinaBottle.org, that is the best place to do that.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that. That is so cool. I had to get back in there because I thought that was one of the coolest foundations I've heard of. Okay. So you had 5 more months left on your trip. You guys finished it, raised all this money. Now that's been close to a year ago when y'all a few months. What has happened in between? I feel like you guys have done so much since you finished.
We're always on the go.
well, when we finished, we had sold pretty much everything. So we're like, what's the next thing we want to do? And we had talking about living in a van or getting a bus. And we thought, okay, well, let's try to make it happen. A couple weeks after getting back to Cedar Rapids, where Grace is from, we found the short bus. We took all the seats out of it. It was an old child care bus. We drove it actually back down to South Carolina because we had a friend of ours help us with raising the roof.
That we met on the walk, which is cool.
He helped us raise the roof on the bus, and then we drove the bus all the way back to Boise, where I'm from. We finished the renovation there, and then we started Us in a Bus.
Yeah, so Us in a Bus, we're spending at least 30 days in each of the 50 states, and throughout each state, we'll pick a nonprofit, and so we'll be exploring the state, but then also raising money for a specific nonprofit. So we've done Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, Alabama, and then Colorado we didn't do in the bus, but we hiked the Colorado Trail, and so that was our 30 days in Colorado.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. My bucket list to at least touch my foot in all 50 states. So to be able to plan 30 days, that's so cool. Like, you actually get to know people and know the state.
Yeah, we've really, really liked it. And we ended up spending way more time than 30 days.
I think the least amount of days we've done is 42, but I mean, Texas was massive. It was 65 days.
Yeah.
Most of the states are 50 days when we've done them.
Yeah, and we've been saying from the start that Us in a Bus is going to take so long, it might transition into a different vehicle. We don't know, but it will not be over until we spend at least 30 days in each of the 50 states. We're not done with it.
So basically, you're going to be 75 years old.
Probably.
I love it. We'll get back on the podcast when we're old and gray.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. That is too cool. When y'all come to Arkansas, we'll have to meet this
Yeah,
time.
Oh, yeah, for
absolutely.
sure.
I know, I forget we haven't actually met in real life. It just feels like we already have.
I know you guys. I have watched y'all for so long. I'm like, oh yeah, Matt and Grace. We're on a first.
Yeah, exactly.
I know their love story and dogs like they're mine, and Timmy and Timmy too. It's kind of,
No, it's not. It's perfect.
Okay, so you did Us in a Bus, which was super cool. I loved watching Matt. Also, props to you because you did some mad work on that van and you made me incredibly envious of all your ideas of like what to do. And pretty much I need you to come fix the van for me.
We'll try our best. We're by no means professional. There's a lot of leaks going on right now.
Terrible. Okay, so you did Us in a Bus. And then what happened? There's even more.
Yeah, so then we did the Colorado Trail, and while we were on the Colorado Trail, well, okay, let me kind of take it back a little bit. When we did Alabama with Us in a Bus, first of all, we went to Alabama because we thought it was going to be warm in the winter. It is not warm in Alabama in the winter, so we were very cold. Our bus has all its original windows. We have a glass door on the side. We have an 8-foot glass ceiling, so it is not insulated whatsoever. So it was very cold. We kind of found ourselves, our mental state wasn't very good, and so we realized, okay, winter in the bus is not for us. And so last winter we had decided, in the winter times we're going to probably not be in the bus and we're going to figure out what to do, and we weren't sure what that was. And then we did the Colorado Trail, and we realized, A, we love walking, and B, we wanted a home base in between walking, the bus, and winter, or I don't know what this is, so I'm like trying to figure out how to explain it. And so,
we just realized we needed to slow down. What we found was going state to state to state and trying to, we're trying our best to share all the different things we're doing. And
still work.
That was a big mental burden for us. And so we're like, hey, the winter times, we need to just take it easy a little bit. There's a lot of books that we want to write. There's a lot of different things that way that we need the time and kind of to be a little stationary doing.
Yeah.
And then that led us into the Colorado Trail. We said, hey, let's try the Colorado Trail. It's about a month. We can do it in a month before our wedding, which Grace's mom didn't like the timeline because we finished really close to where, hey, you got to get over to Wyoming. But while on the trail, we just realized, man, the walking's really where it's at for us.
Yeah.
We really enjoy that. The bus is awesome. Traveling around the bus is really cool, but just being able to walk and just like experience that
slow mindset of like always doing things, but being slow, walking gives you the slowness, I think, is what we like.
Yes, slow.
No slow.
Yes.
But so we kind of had the realization, hey, let's try in the summer times, spring, summer, and fall. We'll either be doing Us in a Bus, where we're trying to go visit however many states we can, spend at least 30 days and experience them, or doing long walks. So this upcoming summer, we're going to be doing the East Coast Greenway, which goes from the border of Canada up in Maine down to Key West, Florida, 3,000 miles. And they're actually trying to work on making it a full-on bike and walking path. So It'll be different from our original walk in the sense of we'll have some days where we'll have a walking path. We shouldn't have to walk on the I-40 dodging semi-trucks, which will be nice. In the East Coast, we've only been here a couple of days, but we're already loving it and excited to kind of experience that. It's completely different.
When we were on the Colorado, this is like kind of, you said what's been going on, but kind of a lot's been going on. It's all kind of a jumble. But when we were on the Colorado Trail, people were talking to us about Maine, and something just kind of clicked in our brains like, oh my gosh, we have to live in Maine at some point. And so our goal is to have a home in Maine in the winters so that when we're doing our slowdowns, that's where we'll be. And so that's what we were looking for this winter, but it was just too expensive for how last minute it was. And then where we want to go is kind of very far north, and so you need like a snowmobile or a truck or something. Timmy was not going to get us where we needed to go. But then we got an email from one of our followers about subleasing her place here on the right next to the beach in Delaware, and we thought, why not? Cool. So now that's why we're in Delaware. Yeah.
Wow, that is so much. It is. So oddly enough, now that you say that, one, Matt will be in a better mood. You don't have to like wave out trucks.
Yeah.
I be like, I'm not in a great mood. And then like 2 seconds later, I'll be like, I thought about it and I'm in an okay mood now.
Yeah, literally.
But I do want, so obviously this podcast is all about you're not alone and mental health and just kind of like helping that stigma. And last time we chatted about relationship and how y'all stayed in positive moods the whole time. So you kind of shared your experience of that. But you mentioned winter kind of played on your mental health, being stuck in the bus.
Yeah.
Like what did that for you guys? How did you recognize that, I guess would be the best question.
For me, I think it started right when we got in the bus, and it wasn't the bus or anything like that. It was just how quickly we were moving and we tried to go from the walk to renovating the bus to starting this new adventure. And it was a lot with also Grace quit her job last July. So we've been doing content creation full time. And so learning how to do all of that on top of trying just to experience it was a lot. But I just found myself like in Alabama in the winter time, just feeling really down. I lost a lot of confidence in myself. I just didn't feel like there was I couldn't find the purpose I was looking for.
It was like jam packing so much that we didn't take enough time to and that's what this winter's for, just slowing down and realizing, okay, what things make you happy, what's going well, how much time do you spend just focusing on yourself versus trying to get so many things done.
And Grace had me I didn't do it a lot. I need to do it more, but writing really helped me on those hard days, just being able to put those thoughts down. It didn't make me have the best mood ever, but at least I was like, it's all right. And then also Grace always tells me like, it's okay to have your off days. If you have an off day, just accept it. You don't have to be working all the time. You don't have to be hard on yourself. It's fine. And so I just always reminding myself that of, hey, it's cool if you have even a couple days in a row of not feeling the best or the most productive. It's okay. It doesn't. Yeah. It's all right.
I think for some people too, it can be kind of hard sometimes, maybe if you're going through something, to want to go and talk to someone, or even if you do have those people that you trust, maybe it's kind of hard to get those words out. And so that's why I feel like it's so important to journal. And maybe you're like, well, what the heck am I going to journal? Literally write gibberish. It doesn't matter, but just like starting to write will make you feel better, even if you write a grocery list. I don't know, just like starting something really does help just let your mind out.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that. So I've had licensed therapists on here talk about like tips and tricks. And that was actually one that they did. One, just awareness of it is huge. A ton of people have zilch awareness, which is kind of what the point of the podcast is to help it be like, oh yeah, maybe I benefit from that.
Yeah.
Two, I think it's really cool that you guys were able to step back and be like, okay, this is what we need to do. And to build on that fact, I don't think like outside of a creator world, people realize how hard content creating is.
Yeah.
It's a job in itself.
Yeah, it's all, I mean, you're sharing your whole life, and so then it can be hard when you have those down days, and then it's like, oh, you don't seem like you're happy, or blah, blah, blah. And so it's so hard to try to balance trying to be authentic and always showing what our life's like, but then not like meeting certain expectations or anything like that. And so you just have to remind yourself, no matter what you're doing in your life, no matter what your job is, it's okay to just take a deep breath and just take a step back.
Yeah, absolutely. So even with music, so it's always like keeping up with the Joneses. So I find myself very much getting burned out because you have to post so many times a day at a certain time of day, and you have to edit it and make sure it's, what. So it's exhausting. Plus, you're actually doing the adventures, or for me, doing the music and creating the people don't understand how much work it is, but I very much condone you for realizing that and just kind of taking a step back if you need to. And I also want to put in there have been people commenting, which I will get to those at the very end. You've had a lot of questions, but somebody commented about Patreon, which I want to do a little plug there. Patreon is crucial for like creators and indie artists, or creators like you guys, musicians like myself, because we are nonstop. We don't have a clock in and a clock out.
Yeah.
We work 24. When my feet hit the floor, I'm working. And kind of like Matt said, you almost have to just have awareness like, okay, listen, this is too much.
Yeah.
I have to step back. But Patreon is what helps us keep going. Not just the positive comments, but obviously the financial needs to do so.
Right.
We don't sit in an office 24/7,
Right.
Because we're trying to hide all this stuff. So
absolutely.
If you're interested in these guys or myself, we both have Patreons. That is how we do what we do. I had to plug that because I'm glad that out.
Yeah. No, we like doing that. And we like, for us, Patreon also helps. We've been doing a postcard club with our Patreon, and we love just sending out letters to people. And so it's a great way. So thank you for supporting us. And then also a way for us to say, hey, how's it going on a more personal level?
Absolutely. That's exactly. I love being more personal, which obviously I have this podcast. So I'm the exact same way. Mine is more of like a Townsend postcard, but I love just checking in.
Yeah.
And like to reach out to me and have more of a personal relationship than just, the
Yeah.
10, 20,000 people on here that just see my daily posts.
Yes,
So,
it's crucial.
yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool to connect with people. All right. So beyond that, you guys recently posted about settling. So you guys are in Delaware now. How's marriage going? You guys tied the knot.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been good.
Yeah, we felt like we've been married since we met. I really feel like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like more like a team now, though. Like, it's officially official, so it just feels. I always joke. I was like, not that I thought you were gonna leave me before, but now you're really stuck. So just like it's more of just it's more of just like a together. I think. I don't know. It feels more like a unit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was my next thing. Almost mental health was, how the heck do you spend 24/7? It's almost like I feel like y'all spend 26/9, like just every waking moment with each other in a tent or I would choke hold someone. I don't know how you do it.
I mean, I don't know if it's just because we've been doing it pretty much. I mean, because we had met and then I moved out to California and he was going to work at first, but then COVID hit and we've been together 24/7 since then. I don't know.
With the exception of a few days, really.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because we've been doing it forever. We communicate. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we both just kind of realized, like, on all levels, I mean, work level, relationship level, everything, when we're in sync, which sometimes does take work and sometimes it is hard when I'm having an off day or Grace is having an off day, but when we're together, we can really accomplish a lot of things. So that makes it easy. I mean,
I will be interested to see how having this much more space kind of affects the next 6 months. Not like, will we be more creative, or I will just be interested to see what having this space does for us as opposed to being in the small bus. We'll have to check back in. I don't know.
But yeah, we just really like each other.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in like separate rooms and have walkie-talkies and be like,
what's going on?
I'm in a room over and I don't know what to do. So all these states that you've been to, was there one state or one spot that just like really stuck out to you? Obviously, other than Maine.
Well, we haven't even been to Maine yet. Yeah. First of all.
I mean, we really enjoyed the Southwest. I mean, Arizona, New Mexico, those are both really cool places. They're both very different as well.
I have a new love for Colorado after hiking through it. Like, that was really, really cool and just so beautiful. And like, there are so many mountains in Colorado, but being actually in them and climbing over them, that was just kind of crazy. So
Colorado's a really cool state. Like, if anyone I only have one state to visit, from what we visited, we would say Colorado.
Everyone's always doing things, adventurous. People love when you're out doing things. Like, I feel like everyone's just mutual in the fact of, hey, go get outside and do something.
And there's so much too. I mean, you can live in Denver and you're an hour away from the mountains. I mean, there's all these different little old mining towns up there.
Yeah, and it's so diverse, really.
Yeah. So probably Colorado.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. I've been to Colorado to go snow skiing, but not mountain climbing, so I need to make that.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I have a couple of friends that just moved out there and their pictures look like postcards.
Yeah,
just ridiculous.
It's insane, especially I bet now with the snow and the fall coming in. It's probably so pretty up there.
I love that so much. Okay, so what's something you guys learned during all these excursions? So we kind of talked about this in December, but obviously it's been a lot of time and a lot of adventures since then. So what's something that you feel like either you learned about yourself, you learned about life, it could be totally random, it could be a lesson, just something that kind of stuck with you?
Go ahead, Grace.
I was gonna say, for me, it's like just realizing that you only get one life and you can decide how you're going to feel about it or how you're going to treat people or even how you're going to treat yourself. And there's not really any point. I mean, obviously you say that you're always going to have days you get a little bit frustrated, but it's just choosing how much time to really spend on that, because you don't know how long you have. You don't know what's going to happen to you. And so the best thing you can do is just chase your dreams and be kind to everyone you meet and be kind to yourself. And that's just like really helped me the last couple years. I think I really realized that.
I love that.
Yeah. For me, I mean, also going along with having my hard days, God's definitely pulled me through. I mean, everything. And I think if I had a condensed philosophy on life, it would be put God first, work hard and follow your passions, and then treat people the right way. And if you do all those things, you might have some hard times, but you'll come out the right way you're supposed to. It might not be as pretty as you wanted it to be, but it'll be beautiful at the end. So
I love that. I feel like all inspired all over again. That's kind of about how my journey was. So I worked in healthcare for like 9 years, worked like over 40 hours, more like 50 or 60 hours a week. And then I did music full time as well.
Wow.
So worked days a week, like early morning, late nights, but still did it.
Yeah.
And then around, and I felt like there was this huge aha, like one day, huge aha moment. And honestly, I felt like it was God being like, listen, you have this talent and it's super selfish for you to keep it to yourself. I want to get in the community and be kind to others and show like what love looks like and all these things. And literally that day I sent in my resignation and things just have worked out since then. I don't know how.
No, that's
somehow
great. Yeah, that's awesome. Those are the best stories. And when you're trusting yourself and you're trusting God and you just know it's going to work. That's why it's working out.
I mean, obviously I thought about like, I would love to be able to do music full time and, the finances just didn't work. And then of course you get this message when COVID's happening and I'm like, but there are no gigs. I can do no music, but like, I just had to do it. There was no other.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, but somehow it has worked out like you guys. Honestly, that's almost exactly what I think. Be nice to people, love people, and it's almost like karma will come back around.
Absolutely,
Put God
yeah.
And here you are.
Yep.
You'll point it in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I love that. Okay, so what advice would you have for people, which this could kind of go with that as well, if they're thinking, we want to hop in a bus and we want to travel the world? What advice would you give those people?
I mean, obviously, like I always say, chase your dreams, but be kind of smart about your finances and stuff too. Like, you have to think about what you can do. Yeah, still plan ahead. But I do think that it can be really easy to, like, maybe you live in a house with a bunch of things and think, oh, I can never do that. I have all these things. Just start selling. Like, if you truly want to do it, just start selling things. It can start small. Like, go around your house and just look at things you don't want. Start getting rid of those things. The more things you get rid of, the more freeing you're going to feel. You'd be amazed at how much money you can make just selling your things, honestly. So then that'll make you feel good. And you just have to take the plunge. Like, if you want to do it, then you just have to trust yourself and do it. You can't just.
You got to full send it. If you have that feeling, whatever it is, of, man, I really feel like traveling, or I want to buy a bus and renovate it, you can go your whole life thinking about it, or you can just do it. And so there is the aspect of like, hey, financial wise, are you in a I think not having debt opens up a lot of doors. I think once you have debt, it doesn't have to, but it can definitely limit you. But I mean, you also have to push financial things aside to a certain degree when you know something. I mean, just like we're talking about, when you have that feeling and you're trusting God and, hey, this is definitely the thing to do, even if people are saying that might not be super smart. Hey, why are you guys going to Delaware and renting for 6 months? You've never been there. You haven't seen the place. When you know kind of a situation. Yeah,
you just have to go for it. Also, another thing, going off of finances and talking about that, something to look into is like, okay, how many times are you going out to eat, or how many times are you buying a coffee, stuff like that. If you want to go travel or you want to do something, start looking at what you're buying every week. Look at your monthly subscriptions and figure out what you really need or what you could go out with. And that money that you're putting there, just put into an account for whatever your dream is, and it'll rack up.
Yeah. Oh, quick. I am like the cheapest person ever. So I do not got to eat. If I'm gonna drink coffee, I'm gonna drink my coffee from my house.
Yes.
Yeah. What's crazy now that you say that, the timeline kind of works out. But I felt like this huge like aha moment, and at the same time, I opened my closet doors and was like, oh, like this overwhelming selfishness. So I've all of my belongings on Marketplace.
Nice.
And you make some.
You do, yeah.
I feel that was kind of part of it too. Like, I don't need 75 pairs of shoes or 100 t-shirts. Like, you just need what you need to get through life.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It all went together at the same time.
Yeah.
So I definitely all that.
It's like
That's
what
super
was it, Mary Kondo or whatever? If it doesn't bring you joy anymore, get rid of it. It's okay. You don't have to hold on to it just because you were given it by someone you love 10 years ago.
Yeah, literally. Exactly. All right, guys. So how can people follow you in your journey? Because obviously there's a lot more to come. So how can people follow along?
Yeah, so on all platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everything, it's the Golden Road with 2 G's.
Golden Road with 2 G's, absolutely. And then your Patreon, how do people get on that?
Yes, that is also the Golden Road with 2 G's. But if you go to our Instagram, in the link in our bio, you can click on Postcard Club and it'll take you straight there.
Awesome. All right, if it's cool, I'm going to go through a lot of these questions.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
All right, there were so many. I just wanted to do that then. Oh man. Okay, there are a ton. Lots of people said hello. Somebody said, love what you guys do. Somebody said, I'm so glad you guys came through Arkansas. You guys are awesome. I love all y'all do so much. I'm from California also, so super inspiring. I will definitely be donating.
Nice.
Somebody said, I followed Matt and Grace since a couple weeks into their walk across America and support when I can. Love you guys.
Thank you. Love you.
Yeah. Amazing people. They're amazing. Arkansas is ready for you to come back.
Nice.
Hello from North Carolina.
Hello.
Matt was very open and humble about the errors he felt he made fixing the bus. Love both their vulnerability.
Nice.
Somebody said you need to make a new sticker that says winter on the bus is not for us.
That's funny.
Says something like just no winter ever. Like I just don't.
Yeah, winter's just too hard. No.
A blanket and never leave my house.
So.
Several people are asking how the dogs are.
Oh, we've got little
great.
Foxy right here. Here's Foxy. She's doing good.
She's really enjoying the apartment.
Oh.
She hasn't even been to the beach yet. She also loves the beach, so
It's been raining nonstop, so we haven't really been able to leave. So the dogs only know this place so far, but they've been so happy.
I love it. How's the other one doing?
She's good. She's sleeping somewhere. I don't know where she is.
She's going a little crazy. I told her right next to our place we've got a little walk to the harbor. So I said as soon as the sun shows up, we'll take you for some walks. But she had the zoomies outside today in the rain.
In the rain. I love it. That is awesome. All right. Somebody said, I tried to sign up for your postcard group, but I can't put in my address.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't ask you for the address, but once you join, then we'll send you a message saying, hey, thanks for joining, and we'll get your address.
Perfect. Okay. A lot of people are agreeing with the mental health thing. I understand that. Somebody said making blueberry bagels helps.
Hopefully no more chafing. No more chafing.
Right. I literally thought about it earlier and I thought we got kind of descriptive last time. I don't know if you remember.
I did. Literally right before we started, I said, I don't have any chafing before this podcast.
We got into the types of underwear. It just got really. We dove head.
Yes, we did.
Okay. We kind of got into this, but somebody asked, did you guys find yourself getting closer to God while on the trail and on the bus?
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things like I don't think we went into the trail or the bus saying we're expecting a certain moment from God. I mean, those moments do come, but they're rare in life. It's just it's a longevity, having faith and really practicing a relationship with God. I definitely think anytime we go out for a long walk or do the Colorado Trail, not having distractions and being solely focused on, hey, I'm just taking step by step.
Yeah, like
that's when you have a lot of
music on the Colorado Trail. Like it's just silent.
That's when we have a lot of growth. When we're really sped up, that's when we have to be really intentional with taking the time to pray and taking the time to just listen. But when we're walking, it's much easier to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have found that as well. Just like I am very bad at like checking emails and posting, like so just being stuck to your phone just for work, like for fun.
Yeah.
This weekend I went camping and there was no cell phone service. My phone died and it was actually incredibly relaxing just to unplug. Don't have the option to be plugged in. Well, Can't help it.
Yeah, it's really nice. I saw your picture. It looked really fun.
Yeah, it was amazing and it was cool. And it, like I said, it's in those moments that you see and hear things that you wouldn't if you're staring at your phone.
Yeah,
So it's very relaxed.
listening. Yeah.
Exactly. All right. A lot of people saying, hey, Matt and Grace, hello from Carolina. Hello from Colorado. Love you guys. Love it. Put God first in all you do. Somebody, I guess, Grace, it's your mom. It's a beautiful thing when you start learning from your children.
Nice.
Yeah. Somebody said, Townsend would love to have you take over our Facebook page. Matt and Grace are amazing people. Absolutely. Just message me. I would love to chat with you about it. Matt and Grace came to Snellville, Georgia. Had the pleasure of meeting them.
Snellville.
Yes, we remember Snellville.
I've been following you since the beginning, Matt and Grace, and you brought me through COVID and quarantine. You're very inspiring and love how you share your faith. Keep being real, sharing your lows as well as the highs. I love that.
Thank you.
I think that's what I loved about you guys as well. You're just very open and vulnerable. When it's a bad day, you kind of post about it. When it's a good day, you post about that too.
Yeah.
I followed you guys since day one. My name is Dominique. I'm from West Virginia. Love you both so much. Thanks for the memories.
Hey, Dominic.
Matt left his Georgia hat at a hotel, so I got him a new Georgia hat.
Remember that as well. Thank you.
Okay, last one. Do you have a playlist that you share?
Not really. We have like a Us in a Bus playlist, and we had a Walk Across America playlist. I think it's on our Spotify. I think that's also under the Golden Road 2Gs, but I'm not totally sure. That's not like a...
We haven't updated that.
Yeah.
That's a lot to keep up with.
Yeah.
For sure. Remember you guys sharing it and people like adding things to it. But that's super.
Oh, on the Us in a Bus one? Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah. I love that. That's super cool. Somebody said Myrtle Beach. I guess somebody saw you there.
Hello.
Maxine.
Hey, Maxine.
Yeah, I love it. So cool. You've got so many people reaching out. Guys, I truly appreciate y'all taking the time this evening to chit chat with me.
No,
even though you guys
yeah, it should be on tomorrow. We've got this lamp plugged in thanks to Timmy.
Can't even tell.
It's perfect.
Light, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Like I said, it has been a pleasure for part 2. Like I said, when we are 75, we'll come back and we'll have a part 15 about all the states you visited. I am, all jokes aside, when you come to Arkansas, let's meet up. Let's do something cool. At least grab a cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
For sure. Oh,
It'll
yeah,
have to be a cup of coffee we brew ourselves, though.
I don't buy that Starbucks.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. You guys go follow the Golden Road, follow my podcast. But thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. Thank you. It has been awesome, of course.
Thanks
for
you.
having us.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
If you enjoyed this conversation and are interested in becoming a sponsor, feel free to shoot me an email at townsendtmusic@hotmail.com or shoot me a message on any social media platform at Townsendtmusic for more information. I would love for you to become a member to help spread awareness that you're not alone. If you're looking to buy or sell, I have the perfect realty company for you. Clark & Co. Realty is located in the Benton, Bryant, Arkansas area. And they understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's a life-changing experience. That's why their team of highly seasoned real estate professionals is dedicated to providing exceptional, personalized services for all their clients. They truly take great pride in the relationships they build, and they always work relentlessly on the client's behalf to help them achieve their perfect real estate goals. They always have the client in mind, and I can speak firsthand when I say how reliable, trustworthy, and quick they were. When I was looking to buy my first home, they were there with me every step of the way, answering every question I could think of. They showed me a great amount of knowledge and patience through the process. It's no wonder they've won so many awards for their outstanding services and their excellent relationships with clients. So if you're looking to buy or sell, there is no better option than Clark & Co. Realty.